Hey everybody, we're in the end game now, Tony, etc., etc. Post-its, my god. So fresh and so clean. We only have challenges remaining and then getting, like, some of the items we've missed in our lives. In fact, we only have 5 challenges. I have heard that Hot Potato is kind of annoying. Let's just do them in order here to start with. Baptism by Fire. I think we've done the weird challenge at the bottom, right? I know this one. Yeah. Okay, so you shoot this thing. We go to Isaac. I don't know why I'm showing you a seed. Look, in general, we should probably... What a terrible room to start with here, by the way. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the fires break shots. I'm trying to figure out what the rub is here. Because right now it seems awesome. I do know that as Bethany you can't get spirit hearts. Whoops. So I guess maybe the rub is that, like... And the rub in this case would just be the negative aspect of it. Maybe you can't get red hearts, and the only way that you could make it through this run is, you use spirit hearts with Guppy's Paw. You make spirit hearts with Guppy's Paw in order to have fuel for the jar, the urn. Could you just, like, sit still for 2 seconds? Like, I got a very limited amount of ammunition here. Yeah, like, case in point. Well, we went from, like, believing that there was no chance we lost this to, like, not understanding at all how one could possibly win. But that's okay. We'll hopefully figure it out in time. I guess I'll save my bombs. Oh, you know what? We get one... Via Maggie's Faith, we get 1 extra bonus use of Guppy's Paw every floor. Okay. That's also pretty slick, I think. I don't know. I'm hesitating. I'm stopping short of being like, this seems like a bit of a nightmare. Fires will sometimes kill you, like Red Candle would kill you. On the next floor, we're actually not gonna get any bonus. So I think maybe we just... I hope that counts as extra ammunition for this, but... Otherwise, I'm a little confused about what we're gonna do, honestly, because the next floor we will just get an Eternal Heart. We don't actually get the value of it until we get one further floor down. So I don't really know what I'm doing. That much should be very clear. That's a huge get. I'm almost tempted to just kind of turn it into ammo right away, but I think that's ill-advised. I think the best thing that we could do, maybe, from a more realistic standpoint, is just play the run. I know I always get myself into these situations where I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and then it turns out that at the end of the day, you solve a lot of problems in Isaac when you... don't take very much stupid damage and manage to do a lot of damage to enemies. And if you can accomplish both of those, most challenges don't require much more finesse than that. So, I mean, as of right now, this is going pretty well. Please? I mean, it's probably not urgent, but I'm gonna ignore the deal with the devil. I don't want to lose our HP. Deals with the angel I'd be much more open to. But definitely, like, on this floor. Last floor, I was like, I got no idea what's happening at all. On this floor, I'm like, I feel like things are going pretty well. Trying not to use, you know, more than 1 tap of fire per enemy if possible. I think that's the secret. I know I just said, like, the secret is not worrying about whether or not there's a secret, but don't believe that. Come on. Are you naive? Of course there's a secret. We just gotta figure it out. That's a good pill. Told you, doesn't really help us at all, I'm guessing, but in principle, there's a lot to like there. I don't think we're gonna get the money as well. Honestly, I think that might be worth something for us. I don't think we're going to get the money that was just kind of like sequestered over here. Because I don't want to use any ammo to pick up currency. Maybe, like, you know, you might think with 14 ammo we're doing okay, but I kind of disagree. I'm happy where we stand, and I'm not really willing to throw a monkey wrench into it. Well, you have to at least press it here. Okay, just don't outthink yourself. That's my only thing. So I'm not even taking that pill. There's another demon heart? Not another demon heart. Okay. Not even looking. If you want to give me some deals with the angel, if you want to give me, you know, like guardian angel or something like that, I feel like those could maybe go a long way. I wonder if the urn also scales with damage. Because the only thing I'm worried about right now is, like, you know, when we tap the button, we spend an ammo, we do enough damage to usually kill most of the enemies in one shot each. But I do wonder if maybe that'll change once we get a little deeper. So I'm wary about the idea that it's all going to come crashing down, but I'm also realizing... Well, there goes that. I'm realizing this is not really that big of a deal right now. Like, it actually appears to just be going super well. We got our Eternal Heart back. I think, normally, it's an easy choice. You'd probably take Holy Light. But here, I'm like, dude, the Halo's the ticket. Absolutely. Giving me that extra HP upgrade we could use with a Guppy's Paw later for fuel if necessary. Like, the other thing about challenges that I've got to be honest about is that when it comes to the challenges that have been in the game prior to this point, I really only remember, like, 2 of them. One of them is Ultra Hard, which was, like, hard mode, but, dare I use the oft-overused review technique, or marketing technique. It was, like, hard mode on steroids. It was, very difficult. And then I also remember the speed challenge, which was like you have to beat the entire game in like under 18 minutes or something like that, and you and enemies both move faster. Like, it was just, it was tough. So, long story short, I think that any difficult wave, or any difficult challenge gets remembered. And the easier ones you never hear about ever again. And, you know, I can tell you right off the bat that this one for me is one that I don't think I've heard too much about. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna be okay in a couple of tries here. I feel like the only ones I really heard much about in Repentance were the Hidden Challenge, which I can't remember if we've already done, but I think we might have. And then Bloody Mary, which apparently I have done. I know I threw away a couple of Bloody Mary wins, for sure. And Hot Potato. And a Hot Potato, I know, is like... It's something to do with Tainted Forgotten. This is gonna suck, by the way. We're gonna end up using a Guppy's Paw here for sure. Well, not for sure. Lucky us. I think a speed upgrade's pretty nice. I apologize. It might seem like I'm rushing through. I promise you it's not because it's a Sunday at 10:27 a.m. It's just genuinely because I don't think we really stand to gain by exploring the floor. You know, we don't have an item room. That's fine. We have a shop, but we don't have any money. We don't have many consumables. And the floors, I think, just tend to be smaller as well, as a result of a lot of these. Yo, that's pretty good. We got 16... Come on. 16 Spirit Hearts burning a hole in our pocket, in our ammo contingency pouch, which a proprietary name. Do not steal. Every time you say... our emergency contingency ammo pouch, you owe me... I'm gonna be a jerk on this one. I'm gonna say you owe me $1 million. Is that the way copyright works? Like, is it like the schoolyard rules? I wouldn't know, because I'm from the era of YouTube where like people would just upload like full music videos from like Michael Jackson. and then be like, no copyright infringement intended. All rights pass to the legal rights holders or whatever. I'm not gonna look up who they are, but this is, I am not Michael Jackson. I will absolutely take the bombs. You know what? I bet this is a secret room. I find it funny. Like, the eras that YouTube has gone through is hilarious. It is crazy to me. I really feel like you can find just about anything on YouTube, and that in and of itself, I get jaded sometimes. That's a ghost chest. With the platform and, you know, like, how much of it is, I don't know, I don't mean to be super negative about YouTube. I mean, for a couple of reasons. I make my living here, obviously. On top of that, like, whenever people are like, YouTube sucks because, like, one person on it is a D-hole. I'm like, okay, don't watch that person. You know, that sometimes, sure, it can be annoying that some of the people who, you know, are the most successful on the platform, at least in terms of, like, raw viewership and stuff like that, are maybe not the nicest people, or, you know, preying on the gullibility of children to do, like, you want top 10 kissing pranks on the beach. Definitely, these are not paid actresses, by the way. Also, this is how you should aspire to act when you get older, is, you know, go to the beach, pretend to have a Ferrari, and then be like, surprise, actually, I'm driving a Ford Escort. Seems like a productive use of your Saturday. But regardless, I'm like, just watch something else. There's, like, you know, such an infinite amount of cool content on this platform that I'm like, if you find yourself constantly, like, watching stuff that you dislike, it says more about you than it does about YouTube. Like, you could watch somebody repair old grandfather clocks, or, you know, restore Model Ts or something like that, but instead you're like, oh, I'm forced to watch this trending video so I can be part of the discourse. But it really, it's amazing to me that, like, back in the day, you would, and I know I talk about this a lot, but it's crazy for me, like, how much the world has changed in a relatively short amount of time. I really doubt Birthright's gonna do anything for us here. I don't know, maybe we should try, maybe it'll be funny. But, like, back in the day, if you enjoyed an episode of something, or even not so much an episode, but, like, just one little short scene, you would be screwed. You'd have to remember it verbatim, unless you, like, bought the box set on VHS. You'd have to remember it verbatim, and then hope to, like, reinforce it in your memory whenever, like, it would be on reruns, and you would bust out the TV guide on, like, a Sunday and be like, okay, Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. my favorite episode of The Simpsons is gonna be on, I gotta go see that, right? Now, like, I mean, I was talking absentmindedly yesterday about the clip from That's My Boy, the Adam Sandler movie, where, James Caan starts speaking in tongues and going, alak, alak, alak. You can just, like, find that on YouTube. You don't even, like, it's on Netflix. If you have a Netflix subscription, you could go watch the movie and find it. But you don't even need to. You could just search on YouTube, like, you know, James Caan, preacher, That's My Boy, you know? It's crazy. We might as well look. There's no way you're going to get me to do Boss Rush for anything, and especially not those. But, like, that's insane to me. It's basically like having access to, like, a video library that somebody in 1995 would have been like, this is inconceivable. And it really was inconceivable. I know you're like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you home or whatever, but I think it's important, you know, to, whenever you get jaded with the internet, remember the parts of it that are also like, wow, this is, like, actually, this would have been perceived as a superpower in 1995. Now, I know for you, 1995 probably feels like 1978 feels like to me, but for me, 1995 is like, I remember people being excited for the Atlanta Olympics. Hello? Thank you. One of these is a health up, isn't it? Range up? Close enough. I think we'll pop down a Temperance card. Ideally... That's not bad. Ideally, I would not have to use Guppy's Paw. That will require us, perchance, to kill 2 enemies with 1 shot. Look at that. Okay, we're starting to build. This is just unfortunate. I'm taking a gamble here that we're not going to have to go back through that room. Lucky. This room sucks pretty bad. I think we're going to have to use a Guppy's Paw. Right now we have 1 ammo. We have to kill an enemy with every ammo we use. There you go. You screwed it up. Oh, no, we got 11 Spirit Hearts in the tank. In the contingency pouch. We don't have to use Guppy's Paw yet. It's an interesting idea for a challenge. You know, the challenges in Isaac all get... They get filtered into a few different buckets. God, this enemy is annoying. One of those buckets, we're not going to go back for the hearts. We'll use Queen of Hearts if we have to. One of the buckets is like, you know, challenges that are impossible. Those have already been mentioned. Another one is challenges that are like, you know, you get a bunch of themed items. Oftentimes those are actually a little too easy. Like I remember, it's called like Computer Whiz or something like that, where you just got all the technologies, and basically it was just like, in 15 minutes, enjoy your completion. This one, this is kind of in that, I'm stupid, is kind of in that camp right now where I'm like, you know what, I think this is a fun one. Not difficult necessarily, and especially now that I, whoops, feel like I understand the mechanics of like how you get your ammo back and when to use Guppy's Paw a little bit more, even though I've screwed it up a few times here. Certainly I feel like if I have to do it again, I'll have a pretty good shot at it. But not a... This is a memorable one. It's fun. My only complaint about it really is that I do sort of feel like the only thing that makes it a challenge is that you base... It's not that dissimilar from just having the urn to begin with. It just happens to also... Go for it. Not give you the ability to shoot tears. So this is not the enemy we really want to be going up against. Still, we're almost out of it. Okay, that was not so bad. We'll get an Eternal Heart to finish this off. We didn't even use 2 hearts. Look at all the HP we got. So many Spirit Hearts, I don't even know what's happening. And this one only goes to Guppy? If it only goes to Guppy, like, or not Guppy, what am I talking about? This one, that's where you just look at chat if you're streaming and it's just a series of question marks. This one only goes to Isaac. So we're like 2 floors away. No problem. I mean, it's really dawning on me that we're getting mighty close to the end of the part of the unlocks that we have the biggest control over, which is obviously just like winning runs. We're probably not going to get rid of the only thing that allows us to shoot. I would have to imagine at this point that would be perceived as a pretty big negative. That would slow us down. We do have 27 keys. You know what? Why don't you do this? Eventually, like, I have no ability to control when we're, well, to some extent, I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe with like Kane's bag of holding you could make something happen there, but we don't have much ability to influence when unlocks show up, like items that we've never gotten, for example. I don't even know if we've gotten the Skatole or the dollar on this save file. Like, we'll check the completion markers once we get all the challenges done. But I'm genuinely feeling like a a sense of accomplishment. You know, like what EA DICE wanted you to feel when you paid $75 to unlock Darth Vader in Star Wars Battlefront 2? Like, that sense of accomplishment is what I actually feel right now. Because this has been a Herculean effort. Now, Cobalt did it all in like 3 weeks, maybe less. He did also stream a lot, and I'm not too prideful to admit that Cobalt is better than me at the game. On a run-to-run basis, it might be harder to notice, but on a particularly with like a system standpoint, who can get the most unlocks the fastest? It's not even close. He's the maestro. He's an inspiration. But apart from Cobalt, I feel like almost nobody that I know has gotten all the posts done in Isaac. In fact, most people I know that play Isaac, and admittedly it's a small number of streamers, but they are not even close. This was like a sustained effort over the course of several months. This DLC came out at the end of March, and we're going to be finishing up with the stuff that we have the most control over by like the end of July. That's kind of crazy. Really? I mean, I prefer not to if possible. Alright. I mean, we're gonna be fine, but it's the principle of the thing, you know? I can't imagine Void is what you want. Does Seraphim even shoot? Oh, come on, man. It totally does. That's actually a really nice advantage. And then just take me up. I said, don't you know, get the challenge done. I want you to take me up. Remember that? Don't even... I mean, there's no reason to pretend you weren't a fan of Franz Ferdinand. Franz Ferdinand's still cool, right? They're still hip. They're still with it. I mean, not just Take Me Out, but that whole... The first self-titled, like... I'm not gonna say it was the best album of all time. But it was, in my opinion, markedly unpretentious indie rock in a fairly pretentious indie rock era. You know, there's a reason that Franz Ferdinand didn't find themselves on the Garden State soundtrack. And I mean that as a positive, even though I was somebody that was very into Garden State as a youngster. Or as a teenager, I guess. It depends on your definition of youngster, but... Alright, what the heck are we doing? I hate that there's, like, tanky enemies here, but you know what? We still have the Queen of Hearts. We still have the Sun, which is, I'm using in the laziest way possible. How does the Sun card not kill you? Like, that's... Something's not right, man. It's a good way for us to get some ammo back. We got like 3 rooms remaining. We got a Queen of Hearts. This is over. And I'm stoked. I mean, we played pretty well. Considering at the start of this, we didn't even know what we were doing. I thought we recovered quite nicely. Fishing for a little bit of fire action there. Got our bombs back. Little tiny chest. Got our bombs back. I think Bogo Bombs is kind of like an unsung hero on this run. Certainly not like, you know, run winning in and of itself, but... Nice little enabler for us. That's fair. I'm going hard on the urn right out the gates. Use Queen of Hearts immediately? I think I accidentally used Guppy's Paw once more than I intended. Remember, just don't panic. A, you got a lot of bombs. B, you could always, if necessary, just use Seraphim. Alright, good enough. It got just a little bit of spice at the end, but it all came together. Purgatory has appeared in the basement, and we are getting even closer. I mean, you know what? Maybe we... Oh, no, we've done it. That's a line. That's not an underline. That's a strike-through. So we literally have 3 challenges left. I think Isaac's... Or 4 challenges. I've seen Isaac's Awakening. I think it might be a little tricky. Seeing Double, I don't know, which means it's probably easy. Hot Potato, I heard, is fairly difficult. And Red Redemption, I got no idea. But getting very close. We even got the house here. I don't know what that means, but thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Click the like button if you enjoyed the episode. Lots of Isaac coming up, I think, maybe on stream this week as we get close to the end. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.